There is no physical world outside of you. Your entire 3D is existing within your consciousness. It's appearing to be solid, it's appearing to be real, and we use it in ways to limit ourselves and feel like, oh, I can't have that thing. Oh, I'm not getting what I want. And we almost say that like our circumstances are telling us what's true about ourselves, about who we are and what results we get. And that's not the case. Your circumstances don't tell you anything. They can't. They are completely neutral and irrelevant to who you now decide you are and what you've now decided your results will be. Whenever you feel like the 3D physical world is hard to change and hard to handle, watch this. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliet Cleary. I'm a manifestation coach helping you to quantum jump into your highest timeline. If you resonate with this message, if you enjoy this content, make sure to give it a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to tap that bell icon. If you would like to work together, that information is all in the description box below for you, and the link to my meditation channel. I love talking about this when I have clients who are, using the 3D physical stuff, the circumstances, to basically justify their limiting decisions or assumptions or their reactions, right? Or, allowing the circumstances to tell them, or the results that they can see right in their face, to tell them who they are and what's true for them. And so here is what, is going to help you to have a little bit of a paradigm shift around this, so that the next time that you go into a kind of reaction to your physical world, or you're using it in a way to limit yourself, you're going to stop doing that and you're going to do this instead. So the physical world, so many people, this is something that trips up so many people. They're saying, okay, I've made a new decision about who I am. I have maybe visualized something. I've imagined myself having something and now I'm claiming it. I've made a new assumption, whatever you're doing. And then you're like, but, I'm not seeing it in my 3D world. And in fact, my 3D world and my results are saying it's not true. Like it's showing me the opposite, so it mustn't be true. And so here's where we want to shift this little thing. Or they're saying, okay, there's a distinction between my imagination or some decision I've made, some potential, some desire, and the outer world. And like it's harder to see it out there and to get it out there. What you're going to remind yourself of in these moments is that the physical world is not actually solid. It's not actually something that exists outside of you. Many people are focused on, okay, the inner world and then there's the outer world. There's only the inner world. There is only the inner world, and even the projection that you're seeing with your 5 senses, you're having this physical experience in this physical world. It's actually only exists within your consciousness. So the whole physical earth and the whole world, the whole experience, all your circumstances, all the people, everything is all inside your consciousness. So if your entire physical world, your physical body, all the people, all the events, all the results, they're all existing inside of you. There's nothing outside of you. Nothing. The projection, the hologram is not outside of your consciousness, it's within it. Right? It's actually within you. So if the whole physical 3D world you pushed out is actually within and is just you, then that kind of gives you some relief of any time you're placing power outside of yourself of, I can't get it out there, and all these people and all these situations and all this and all that, and whatever those reasons you are using to limit yourself or feeling like you can't have it or it's harder, that goes out the door. That becomes completely irrelevant. When you remind yourself that the entire physical world is not solid, it's just frequency, there's no difference. You can create a difference. Okay. You can define it as being different, and you will experience it being different. Yeah, you will create whatever experience you decide on. You can decide that manifestation is really difficult and you got to do all these things. You got to do a ton of shadow work and you have to do all these different steps, and you will experience that. And it's valid, but it's one option. And if you don't prefer that, well, hey, then maybe I could choose to experience creation, manifestation as like creating my reality as really simple, as really instantaneous, and no work or steps involved. That's what I teach in Quantum Shift Mastery. But that's the thing, you're going to experience whatever idea you buy into. And so if you remind yourself and truly accept that the physical world is actually no different to the inner world, because it is only the inner world. There is no physical world. There's an experience we are having that feels like it's physical and it feels like it's solid, but it's not. There is no physical world. And so when you start to open your mind up to this kind of understanding, you will allow yourself to manifest in different ways and experience your physical life in a very different way, because you shift into a kind of fourth density or fifth dimensional consciousness, right? You shift into a totally different layer of your life, level of your life. Even when people are saying, okay, you can shift your frequency, but you may not be able to, change some physical things or take physical things with you into your new timeline when you shift frequency, things like that. Everything's frequency. What's that difference? What is that distinction between physical and frequency? It's just frequency. The physical reality we're living in is composed of oscillating energy grids. Okay? It's just different rates of frequency. And when something is solid and physical, or really appearing, this is really key, it's appearing to be solid and physical. Okay? It's appearing that you can experience it in your physical reality. It's actually just vibrating at a denser level of energy. It's a denser frequency. That's it. The other stuff is still all here. The other stuff is still all real. The unseen. The 99.99999% of all reality. It is really like your entire reality is like you're wearing blinders, right? And your five senses are kind of like the filtering system in which you're viewing your reality. So everything's already here, and it's here now, and it's here in the same place, same time, one moment in all of existence. So everything's happening at the same time, right here and now. That's why you're able to have an idea of the future, an idea of a desire, because it's here and now. Why you can think of a memory of the past or a different memory of the past in a different timeline, because it's all here. Otherwise you couldn't. So everything's already here in this same one moment. What you see as your physical world is whatever's relevant to you. So, the ideas basically that you're buying into, the decisions that you're making about yourself, about your life. That's what you're seeing through your five senses. But also what the five senses does is it blocks out everything else. And so in order to see more of what's already here, this is why we're not manifesting anything, to see more of what's already here, we shift our ideas of what idea I'm buying into. What decision am I making about myself or about my life or about this thing? Now I've made a new, conscious, powerful decision. Now I've really chosen something else. I'm buying into a different idea now, a different option, a different potential. That's my choice, that's my decision. Now, through my five senses, I will see new manifestations, new things coming in, all these wonderful things, and all those issues and things I didn't prefer going away, healing, disappearing, just magically gone, transforming. But all that's happening is now it's filtering out, blacking out anything that isn't a match to what ideas you're now buying into, what decisions you're now making, and you're going to see the reality or the potentials, the manifestations, the results of the decisions that you are making. And that's what you see. And you think, wow, look at all these things I've manifested that weren't here before, but they were always here. You just shifted your focus. You shifted your point of consciousness. Now, other things that are irrelevant to you, irrelevant to what you're exploring and what you're deciding for yourself, will now be in the unseen. And that's why the illness heals. The person, disappears, or a new person comes in, or, you attract a new job, or that rash you had is just gone, or you try, you get a new product and you try it on, and all of a sudden it works, even though you tried so many things for so many years and nothing worked. It's all manifestation, because everything is consciousness. There's no physical and then the consciousness. There's no physical outside and then the inner world. That's an illusion. It's all the inner world. So basically, it's a dream. Basically, it's a dream. When you understand this, you're really coming into that fifth dimensional consciousness and way of living. And you realize it's a dream. It's a dream. There is no physical. Now, that's not negating anything or invalidating anything. And it's not saying that none of this is real, because your experience and who you are as consciousness is absolutely real, very important, and very valid. But the physical is not real. When you realize and remind yourself that there's nothing actually outside of you, that everything that seems physical and daunting and difficult or right in your face or telling you it's not true, it's not going to happen, all of that's just in your consciousness. That means you're in total creative control of all of it. You have full power. You've never been disempowered. You've never not had the power or control. But you can create the illusion and experience of that from ideas that you buy into, right? You create the whatever movie from whatever idea you buy into. Whatever decision you make, there's the movie. Along with this, if everything, like even your body, is within your consciousness, that's why when you shift your consciousness, meaning you make new decisions, you make new decisions about who you are, new assumptions, new choices, you buy into different ideas, then your body changes. Everyone in your life seems to change. Everyone in your world seems to change. Why? Because all of that is existing within you. So when you change, there's nothing out there that you're changing. You're not changing anything out there. You can't. There's nothing out there. There's no physical world. You change everything because it's all within you. It's all you. It's all you. So you take your power back and you step back into this more empowered mode and you create your reality from here. Circumstances do not contain any creative power or control. There's nothing outside of you. So nothing can actually dictate to you who you are and what's true for you. But as the powerful creator that you are, you can look at these things and say, well, yeah, I guess I am that way. I have the worst luck. I always have this kind of a problem. I never get what I want. Oh, my decision didn't work, or this process didn't work, or I'm not good at this. I'm not good at manifesting what I want. It isn't going to happen. All of these things. Nothing makes you choose those thoughts. That's really important. Those thoughts, they're decisions you're making. And a decision will transform you instantly. Always, every single time. Whether you see instantaneous results physically or not, doesn't matter. You're different and you've shifted and you've changed. But you can make these decisions based on anything. You can use anything as your criteria, and you can say, look at all the circumstances that are telling me that it didn't work and that I'm not that person and I'm still the old person. I still have all these problems. No one said that. Nothing said that except you. And then you recreate yourself to be that kind of a person who still is struggling, still going through this problem, still isn't there yet. But in that same exact moment, you can simply look at all of that very neutrally, especially if you release any emotions, look at it very neutrally and then choose. Okay, nothing can actually tell me who I am. You'll start to pick up on this. You'll react to something maybe automatically that you're noticing in your life or on social media or whatever it is, or past memory. And you're like, hang on, I just reacted to that. And then I went straight to a decision or assumption that I'm not that person, or that I'm never going to have that, or I'm so unlucky, or whatever it is, never going to happen. Hang on. Just seeing that thing or that circumstance doesn't mean that. I just put that meaning there. I just made that decision. And then boom, I will recreate myself as that person, and I will live that experience. I will live that illusion. So it's noticing when you're doing that and doing the opposite, choosing who you are and what's true for you, no matter what anything says, because nothing's actually saying anything, and it can't. You're the one saying it all. You're looking at the things and you're speaking for them. Even for the people in your life, you're putting the actual dialogue there of what that means and what it means when this happens or this doesn't happen. It's all you putting the meaning there, and then you experience that. So anytime that you are reacting to your 3D in this way, it's not to be like, oh, I shouldn't react and I need to look away from it, I need to run away. No. Face it, look at it. Don't be afraid of the dark. Look at it, face it, feel it, allow any emotions. Witness it all, allow it all. It's perfect. Even the reactions, the automatic reactions, allow it, right? But then from here, what will you choose? What meaning are you going to say? What does this mean to me? What am I choosing in this moment? Am I going to choose to limit myself, or am I going to choose to empower myself? They're both just as easy to choose. Really, it's easier to choose to empower yourself because it's more natural to who you really are. But you can argue and say, no, it's easier for me to doubt myself, but that's just a story. It's an idea you buy into. And of course, you can create that experience. And by you reacting, responding differently to these circumstances, you're being the new reality. You're being the new identity. And everything begins to transform. It's only if you start to, you continue to respond and react the same kinds of way to the things. And you're still seeing this, you're still labeling it as something's gone wrong, it's a problem, all of that. I need to fix it, what's wrong with me, all the same kinds of reactions and decisions, that you continue to get the same stuff. And when you show up differently, understanding nothing's dictating anything to me, nothing's telling me anything about me, and the whole physical 3D world exists inside my consciousness, I'm in complete control, then you're no longer in that victim mentality, and you come into that full creator God within. And you start to live your life and create from here, and you see that magic and miracles are the rule, not the exception. When it feels like it's hard to change the 3D or not react to the 3D, remind yourself there is no 3D. And that it's all you. It's all existing within your consciousness. It's all you, and you're free. Okay, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it helped you. If it did, let me know by commenting down below, giving it a thumbs up, sharing this video, and subscribing. If you would like to work together, that information is in the description box below for you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you next time.